welcome back. My stream crashed again. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. I'll probably stop streaming for a while until I can figure out why I'm getting these network errors. But I do want to finish this night off at least. The previous guy who was hanging out, sorry about that. Let's continue here. So as expected, because we switched to from a form of Gavelkind to our current inheritance type, we've basically lost all the extra demand size. We don't have a good enough stewardship skill to have all this land. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of matrilineally. Well, or you know what, actually? This guy, I mean, he may not be good, but he is my son. I did give him dysentery. So that's bad. But let's give him this Jarldom. And if he survives, we'll let him go. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's grant him a landed title here of Upland. Let's get him a marriage, too. So let's see who's available here. Hey, thanks for coming back, by the way. This happened to me last night, so I appreciate you telling me. I think that this will be like my last streaming for this week. I'm going to spend this week trying to figure out why I'm getting these network errors. But thanks for letting me know, because last time I lost half of my recording, so I appreciate it. So I was doing some thinking, and now that this guy's no longer gonna threaten the inheritance, I might as well give him, give him a wife and give him a duchy, since I'm over my limit because I switched from Gavelkind to primogeniture. So let's find him some age-appropriate young lady and marry him off. So she's got good stewardship. Not the greatest diplomacy, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care who he marries as long as he marries somebody. So let's arrange a marriage. Toast. I'm no longer actually interested in killing my children because they no longer threaten succession, so that's a relief. I always feel bad when I kill my kids, you know? Which is a terrible thing to hear out of context, but you understand in the game. Okay, so we've married off our second son, and now let's give him Upland. And then let's give him the duchy. There you go. Sorry I gave you dysentery. Okay, so we're only one over our demance limit. I'm gonna stay at that. I don't want to give away anything in my primary duchy. So let's find a new marshal here. Why the heck does this guy dislike us so much? Yeah, I don't really care. We'll pick this guy, this Glory Hound, and we'll have him train troops in the capital. And let's get rid of all these generals here. Don't need them. Oh yeah, I'm the queen of Svijod and Denmark. It also looks like we're almost at our max. So once we burn down this temple, we'll come home, drop off our loot, and kind of rearm ourselves for more raiding. gotta say, if you really have to tech up quick culturally, you gotta go with scholarship focus and weird scholar. Really can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah, we started off as a duke here, like the Duke of Sejad, and then we formed the Kingdom of Sweden. Then we reformed the religion, and then we've just since been conquering our way down. You know, we were starting to fall back behind the Catholics in technology. So I said, now is the time to move to Flanders and to adopt feudalism and start teching up, because, you know, on the one hand you can't summon, you know 14,000 angry Vikings, but it's the wave of the future. What do you mean? How did I break off? I formed or conquered my way up, So we started out as a duke. We formed Sweden. We conquered the land of Denmark, but then one of my vassals created the title, so I had to take that back. And then we just conquered our way into the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, this is all this is conquered land from when we were tribal pagans. Okay, so we've kind of maxed out the loot we're gonna get on this ship. So let's just come home. Excellent. So now let's disband our raiders here. Let's check our ship count. Yep, I'm a Viking. Yeah. That's why having like a female ruler isn't the worst thing. That's why I wanted to make her I made her a shield maiden. And then I wanted her to join the Wolf Warriors, but yeah. We're Reformed Norse feudal Vikings. So you know what they say, feudalism, it's the new hotness. So I'm not going to actually disband these ships, because as you can see, we won't have enough to go raiding, so... Oh, yeah? Which family are you related to? I'm not going to disband these guys, because otherwise we'll only have 5 ships total to loot with, and that's not enough to conquer stuff with. So let's re-raise our armies. We'll get rid of these guys. And these guys we don't need because it's too big for our ships. And let's just get rid of these 600 guys. Perfect. And the rest of these will all just come in here. Make them raiders, join up. Auto balance the unit if we can. And we'll pick so we'll make this guy Ingvar, that guy Ingmar. Okay. So we actually have to get rid of another unit. We'll get rid of the smallest one here. Or we'll just leave those behind. Yeah, absolutely. Tell me the story, man. Meanwhile, we'll keep going raiding. Alright, so we'll make our son ambitious. And we'll see what his stats are like when he gets old enough. Oh, absolutely. Gotta make him patient. Alright, he's looking pretty good. So it looks like they're getting their armies together. We'll have to be real careful before they attack. Let's slow time down a little bit. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, Keystone, but I'd love to hear the story. Let me know. Let's take the Mystic trait. Why not? Nice! Honestly, at this point, I don't really care about the demonic power. It served its purpose. Yeah, you know, Keystone, I find, like, the old stories about, like, you know, these Norse Vikings fascinating. I mean, it was, you know, in some ways the culture was so different, it's really strange, but makes for some really interesting stories, you know? I use them to bore people at parties. Alright, so I'm a lunatic, and I've appointed my horse as our chancellor. Fortunately, our horse doesn't have very good diplomacy skill, so maybe we should pick somebody else. We'll pick this guy. Also, it looks like my husband died, so let's see if we can find another husband. Honestly, at this point, I think we're just better off seeing who will naturally marry us, picking the guy with the best skill in stewardship. So. Alright, the plot thickens. So I guess the question is, do we want to... What happened next, man? The question is, do we want to spread the Germanic faith? There's pros and cons. I mean, the pro is if there's ever like a holy war against us, he might join in our defense. The con is that we could just be setting up like a real powerful guy who can raid over here, you know? And what the hell? We'll spread our religion around. All right, let's. Man, I hope my stream didn't die again. Let's raise siege equipment. Okay. Then what happened next? We'll spread our loot around the provinces. Is that the end of the story, Keystone? So what happened next? I think you're drawing this out for dramatic purposes. Alright, let's take a look at our sons here. 12 learning's good. Huh. That's really interesting, man. Alright, I think our best choice here is gonna be Prince Kjartan. So let's get him married. And let's look for a genius. Here we go. Do you know where that land was? Yeah, yeah. He squandered the family of fortune. That's how it is, you know? Do you know, like, where your family's from? Could you go back there and find out? How do you get around then? Hey, where are you from, by the way? Me too. I live around Washington, D.C., around that area. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be too miffed if someone killed me. Alright. Okay. Yeah, my family, we had to flee the Soviets, after the Second World War, once we had our chance. My family's from Ukraine originally. Alright, so we're finally kind of out of our money crisis, but once we get enough money, we're going to have to start building more stuff for our demands. So let's say when we get to around like 1,200 gold, we'll start building again. Oh yeah? What'd your family do? Ah, okay. Where was your family before they emigrated? Oh, you know what I didn't think, actually? So I've got succession straightened out, right? I could just kill myself because I'm depressed. I don't see why I wouldn't want to do that. You know what? I've been streaming for a while, though, so I think I'm going to stop here. Keystone, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, sure. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. But I think I'm gonna end this stream here. Thanks for hanging out, Keystone. And thanks for letting me know when my stream went down. Hopefully, when I get this all straightened out, I'll come back on. Probably this weekend. Not 100% sure. But you have a great night, man. It was nice hanging out with you. Have a good night, guys.